Hello and welcome back to another Router Guides video. My name is Humphrey, the ex-Cisco SE, and we're going to talk about one of the main benefits or one of the best benefits that you can get while working for Cisco, and that is the time to give. And what time to give is, it allows you to work for your favorite charity and you still get paid for it. I mean, how awesome is that? So what we're going to talk about is who is eligible for time to give, how many hours of time to give can you do in a year, how much do you get paid, what charities can you do it for, are there any charities that you can't do, and we'll also talk about how you can use time to give to strategically give yourself a little bit more visibility into your stuff and maybe even promotions and advancement. And now this video is for two types of people. The first person is someone who's looking at Cisco. Maybe you've got a Cisco job offer and you've got another job offer and you're comparing the benefits of both companies. I recently had to do this between 3 companies, comparing the salaries and the benefits. We'll do that video in a couple months after the dust gets settled down, but you need to, if you got 2 job offers, you need to compare the job offers and all the benefits. And time to give is one of Cisco's best benefits that could put Cisco over the top versus the others. So, and also a lot of times for benefits for big companies, no one really tells you many details about them. They'll just say, oh, we have time to give, but they don't really give you all the details to help you make a really good decision. So that's the first person, someone who has a job offer at Cisco. And the second person is someone who has recently been hired at Cisco and you've heard about time to give, but no one's told you, no one has time to tell you, and you've gotten completely confused because you've looked on internal websites and it's a mess, right? So every year, time to give allows you to work up to, and as of this year, it was extended, you've been given more hours, up to 80 hours for a charity. And we'll talk about what charities are eligible, but you can work up to 80 hours. So that's 2 working weeks for a charity. Now the work doesn't all have to be in one shot. So you don't need to do all 80 hours in a row. You could spread them out over the year. So you could do a couple days here, a couple days there. It's pretty much up to you. In the past, it was 40 hours, so 5 working days, which is still pretty good, but this year it was bumped up to 80, and I definitely took advantage of that. Now, how do you apply for it? It's pretty easy. Within Cisco, there is an HR system, an HRMS, HR management system. This is eligible for Cisco Blue Badge employees. So these are the full-time employees. Unfortunately, the Red Badge folks aren't eligible for it. That's just kind of the way it is. There is a page that you can look at the calendar and it will won't graph out, but it will tell you how many days of PTO you have left, how many days of medical leave, and also on that same page, how many days of time to give do you have, or how many hours of time to give. And if you haven't used it, it will say 80. And so what you do is you go into the calendar, you put in a couple dates and say, okay, on this day I'm going to do 8 hours, on this day I'm going to do 8 hours. And that's pretty much it. You are paid your full paycheck for your time to give, so you're not losing any money. What types of volunteer work can you do? It's really up to you. There's quite a few things you could do. What I've seen in the US is the night out, the sleeping night out. So this is where you and a couple coworkers, you spend the night sleeping on the streets to raise money for charity and to help out people who are homeless or nearly homeless. So that's a favorite one. Habitat of Humanity, helping build houses, is a big one. Soup kitchens are another big one, especially here in Singapore. Volunteering at a soup kitchen, helping cook the soup, helping give out the soup, driving to places, working at orphanages. I've done that before. Installing Wi-Fi at orphanages or elephant sanctuaries. That's another thing. If you're coming to Thailand and you want to work a couple days at an elephant sanctuary, that is available to you. And it doesn't have to necessarily be an official charity. have an official website or all of that. You could do stuff like mentoring high school students. You could, and when you do the time to give, it's not a formal form or anything like that. It is, and you just mark down time to give, and how you do it or the charity that you do it for is really up to you. Another cool activity that you'll see with time to give is you can have group outings. So you and a bunch of coworkers can get together and paint a house. This has recently happened in Singapore with a bunch of my former coworkers. So you can get 10 of your coworkers together and build a house, and 10 of your coworkers together to paint a house or go to a soup kitchen. There's infinite number of things that you can do. Another thing that you can do for volunteer work is you can mentor people. And this falls under, it could eventually help you strategically, because mentoring people shows leadership capability, shows that you can teach someone. It shows you that you can volunteer your time to help someone else get a better job, to maybe help in their careers, to promote, etc. And where it helps you is the people that you mentor, and I could do a whole video on this later, but the people that you'll mentor can eventually help you get a job or promote. So, personal story here. I run Router Gods, the world's largest IT meetup group. We have 5,200 members. We've been around for, 12 years now? The people that I've helped in Router Gods have turned around and they helped me get a job at Cisco and other places. My job at Panda was also through Router Gods. By me helping people, they've turned around and helped me. So if you go spend a couple days mentoring people, let's say they're mentoring people still in university, mentoring people in other parts of Cisco, mentoring high school kids, right? That's another common thing. Eventually, they will get into the workforce, they will promote, and they could potentially help you. It's a pretty good, what goes around comes around type of thing. Now, personal story, what I've done is I've done orphanages, I've installed Wi-Fi at elephant sanctuaries, I've gone to Ukraine. So earlier this year, I went to Ukraine for a couple weeks to help out install stuff, to take pictures of certain things, and other things that I can't really talk too much about, but suffice to say, I did some volunteer work, and Cisco was really helpful in basically they zeroed that out. I still got a paycheck, and they gave that to me as time to give. Are there certain charities or certain activities that are not eligible for time to give? Yes, I'll give you a personal story. There was one year where I wanted to go to a certain Southeast Asian country and help dig up landmines. Yeah, I know. So if those of you guys who don't know me are probably thinking that's a stupid idea, I agree, probably not the best idea. The folks that do know me thought, well, that's Humphrey being Humphrey, right? So this is obviously a very dangerous activity. It's borderline stupid, and yeah, hey, I wanted to do it. I wanted to spend a week. Now, for this type of activity, they don't just put you in a minefield and now you're poking with a glass rod to look for mines. That's not how it works, right? If you find a place that will take you, and I did find a place, there's a lot of training that's involved. There's also a practice field before they send you into an actual place. So as you can imagine, this was shot down by management, and yeah, I mean, certain like really crazy things will not be allowed for time to give. Now you're probably wondering, how did I get away with Ukraine? Well, in March when I went into Ukraine, I wasn't at the front line, so it's not like I'm picking up an AK-47 and fighting. That would not be allowed, and I mean that's probably a good way to get fired. But I was far away from the front lines, not exposed to any direct warfare or anything like that. So that's how I got away with that. After you do your time to give, you'll have opportunities to write about what you did, to do a video, to do a vlog, and it will go on both the internal Cisco website and has a chance of going on the main Cisco website to tell the world about what you did. So if you have a charity that you really believe in, do your time to give and write about it, do a little video, and that gets the word out, and you can get more people, more dollars flowing in. All right, so we talked about time to give, 80 hours a year for Blue Badge employees. It lets you donate your time to a charity or a good cause. You still get paid. It is, without a doubt, one of the best benefits that Cisco offers. And if you're given 2 offers from different companies and you're trying to decide between Cisco and another company, this is probably a good one as a tiebreaker, right? So yeah, we'll be doing more of these videos we'll be going through the list of Cisco benefits and the salaries from the top to the bottom, talking about each one, deep diving into each one. If you have any questions, if you like this video, like and subscribe, put comments below. I make a lot of videos from those comments if you have any other questions. So time to give, thumbs up, good job Cisco, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.